Hey everybody, welcome back to MidNightChats1. I'm Abby. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, today's video, I thought I would talk about death. Death is a really interesting topic to me. I don't know if a lot of people like talking about it, so if you don't like to, so it's all good. You can just like end this video. But to me, it's a really interesting topic. If you've ever seen somebody die, it's, you can't explain it. Like, there's seeing somebody life kind of end. Yeah, there's no description to it. So like for me, there's been a few times when I've seen death, and it kind of changes you. Like the first death I ever saw, I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I was back in Fiji, and I had my amma, and I think she was just making something at the kitchen. So I was sitting there watching her, and then I just saw her collapse, and I looked at her and I was like, oh, what is she doing? And then like she was just looking at me with her eyes open, and that was it. I was just looking at her and I was saying, amma, 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 and she just didn't say anything. And so I kind of panicked, and I ran outside to my Abba, and I was like, Abba, Amma's not moving. And he's like, oh, what? So he ran inside, he kind of held her, and he just started screaming, and he started shaking, and I just didn't know what it was. And like I remember him telling me to just go outside, go call my other brother James and see what's like, tell him to quickly run there. And I remember running and him coming in and crying, and that's kind of it. Like I just remember, and I thought like they picked her up and they took her, and then I remember seeing her next, like she was just in this box and she wasn't moving, and I was like, I was trying to go up to her and speak to her, and I was like, Amma, like get up, and she just wasn't moving. And I remember my Abba just telling me she's kind of gone, like I just have to say goodbye, and that's it. I'm never gonna see her again. And that was my first death that I remember. Like before that, I didn't understand, like once that happens, that you'll never see them again. That's it, life's over. And I was like, oh. And I was glad after that. Like that was for a while I never saw anything. And then the next time I saw, I was about 18 years old, and the person that brought me up, I remember sitting up in Totara Park Hospice, and it was near midnight, and I was just watching, and I was standing there right in front of him, and I could see him just taking deep breaths, and it was just, each breath was getting longer and longer, and I just, like, there was no describing it. It just hurt to see, like, this guy was there for so much of my life. He taught me so much, and I was just looking at him in the eyes while, like, he's just looking at me, and yeah, each breath just got longer and longer. And yeah, and in that time when I was just standing there, I was just remembering, like, the first moment I met him, like all the advice he gave me, all the good things he taught me and shared with me, and he spent a lot of his life with me too. So like I was so grateful for that, and just seeing it end, knowing that I'll never get to talk to him again, he'll never give me an advice again, and it's just, it was a hard time in life. So that was my second time with death. After that, my third one was, it kind of changed me a lot. The next time I saw death, I was working as a lifeguard, and I remember coming down from my lunch break early because there was a kid that was had drowned, and they pulled him out and they'd taken him to the first aid room, and I was sitting there, and they called me out because I was one of the senior lifeguards by then, and I think it was about 19 or 20. I think it was, I can't remember around which age there. And just getting pulled into this room and seeing this young kid just white, and wasn't moving or shaking, and like his parent was there on the other side just crying, and just it just hurt. And like I remember taking over CPR and trying to like keep doing the compressions and stuff like that, and just pumping him. But like just this young life like just ended everything for him. And like that to me was like how hard it was for me, just seeing him, like knowing that by the time the ambulance had come, like you just had a feeling like not like he wasn't coming back, and like the ambulance had taken over and we kind of hand over, and that was the end of it. But like that last moment that stuck with me, just it hurt. And like just thinking about, like, imagine like now as a parent seeing if that was my kid, and like I don't know how I would feel now, and like what his parents would have been going through back then. It was painful. So that's why death is always just hard, because it's never a good situation, because you're saying your final goodbyes to people. There's one more death that I saw that I can't really explain. I was too young. I was in Fiji, and I remember I was just so adventurous back in the days, and I'd be out in the bush, just everywhere. Just I don't remember. I just used to go hunting and try to make traps and try to catch my dog and try to trap him to. Like, honestly, I was trying to kill him, because I don't know why. I didn't understand then that if I had killed him, that was it. My dog was gone. But I used to try to find funny ways to trap him. And I remember one time I had gone a bit too far into the bush, near the inner swamps of where we used to live. And I remember there was this guy, and he was held over by a few other older Fijian people, and he was crying and screaming and yelling. And I remember just hiding in the bush, and the guy like picking up this big machete and just dropping it on his neck, and just like it just fell. Like it's I don't know what was the reason behind it. For ages I was thinking it was just something I kind of like, did I see that, or is it like just something else happened and I just thought I saw his head fall. But I saw his head fall, so I don't know what he did. I didn't realize that in Fiji some of these rules were still applied to, like military in Fiji was different at the time. Police, like if police came to the town or near your area, like everybody was getting a beating then. Like, so that's why I don't know what kind of justice or what happened there, but I just remember that him yelling and screaming, and that's what kind of pulled me towards him, was like him yelling. And like I was like, what the hell is that? So I was just walking through like this, it's just like jungle. There's like this Fiji area. So yeah, but so let me know about your guys' situations, if you ever actually seen death and how it made you feel. If you don't want to share, that's fine, I understand. Like, and if you've lost people, my heart goes out, because I know that you can never communicate with them, and sometimes you want to tell them things that just you don't know if they'll ever hear it again. So yeah, MidNightChats1, like and subscribe as the word goes. So yeah, peace.